Hey, what's up guys, it's Darius, and I recently made a battery comparison of the OnePlus Nord and the Pixel 4a. I know it's been a while, I've been quite busy, but I still wanted to follow up on that, which I'm doing right now by comparing the OnePlus Nord versus the Google Pixel 4a 5G, the Pixel 4a's bigger brother. Now if you haven't seen the other video, I'll leave that link below. I won't spoil it for you now, but this one should be quite an interesting one. Now before we start, both are on the same Wi-Fi network with Bluetooth and location enabled. There's no SIM card in either of them, and I've matched the brightness to around 1000 lux. Let's jump right in with some YouTube. The Pixel 4a 5G has a 6.2-inch 1080p OLED panel. The Nord screen is a little bigger at 6.44 inches, also 1080p, but the major difference between these two is that the Nord has a 90Hz panel compared to just a 60Hz one on the 4a 5G. In terms of batteries, you do have a slightly larger one on the OnePlus, coming in at 4150 mAh compared to 3885 mAh. I'm very curious to see how these perform. Let me know in the comments down below what your guess is going to be, which of these will win, and take into consideration that the OnePlus is running at 90Hz and the Pixel only at 60. After an hour of YouTube, the Pixel is down to 97%, while the OnePlus Nord is down to 94%. Let's move on to some 4K video recording now. After half an hour of recording, the Pixel is still in the lead with 87% compared to 84%. Just double checking that they're still the same brightness. Now we're going to go into a browser test, which auto refreshes a web page every 60 seconds. After almost another hour, the Pixel is down to 79%, while the OnePlus is down to 75%. Now we're going to go into Geekbench. They both actually have the same Snapdragon 765G processor. And the Pixel only comes with 6 gigs of RAM, while the OnePlus comes with 6, 8, or 12 gigabytes. I actually have the 12 gigabyte model here, which by the way brings the cost, at least here in Europe, to 500 euros for both the Pixel and the OnePlus Nord. But like I mentioned, you can get the Nord in a few cheaper variants. The results are in. The Nord actually completed it before the Pixel did and also scored quite a bit higher, which is weird because, like I said, they have the exact same processor. Maybe it has something to do with the extra RAM on the OnePlus, I'm not sure. But now let's move on to some light gaming with Among Us. I'm hosting the match on a separate device to keep it all fair. After around 40 minutes of gaming, the Pixel now has a 5% lead, with 73% remaining and only 68 on the Nord. Let's keep going with some Instagram Reels. Again, around 40 minutes have passed, and the Pixel still has the same 5% lead. Now let's move on to a more intense task by joining a Zoom meeting. Again, to keep it fair, that is of course hosted on a separate device. The meeting concluded after around 40 minutes as I don't have Zoom Pro, and it was quite an intense task. But what is interesting is that the gap now has decreased. The Nord is at 49% and the Pixel at 52%. Now let's move on to some more gaming with Subway Surfers. An hour later, the Pixel is down to 41% and the Nord to 37%. Let's now go into some Netflix. After half an hour, the Pixel is down to 38% and the Nord to 34%. Again, back to some more light gaming. I personally don't really game on my phone, but it is quite a good way of draining the battery. 7 hours in, the Pixel is holding on to its 4% lead, now with a third remaining, while the Nord is down to 29%. Now let's move on to TikTok, which is also quite intense. Another hour has passed, 23% remaining on the Pixel and 19% remaining on the Nord. Back to some more YouTube watching. After half an hour, the Nord has 15% remaining and the 4a 18%. I wanted to run another benchmark, the 3D Mark benchmark, which is quite an intense graphics benchmark. The results are again very interesting. They have the exact same graphics chip, but the Nord scored significantly higher than the Pixel. Maybe the Nord is clocked higher, I really don't know, but I found this very interesting. But now let's actually put that to the test with Asphalt 9. We're a little over the 9-hour mark, and both are in single digits only, 7% on the 4a and 4% on the Nord. Let's go back to some more reels. We're approaching 9.5 hours and the Nord is about to die with 1% remaining, while the Pixel is still going strong with 5%. And there goes the Nord. It lasted just shy of 9.5 hours, which is an incredible result, especially considering that it has a 90Hz panel. The Pixel, on the other hand, still has 4% remaining. I'm gonna fast forward the rest. Just past the 10 hours mark, we're gonna jump into some more Subway Surfers now. And there goes the Pixel. It lasted 10 hours and 4 minutes, which is an amazing result, 35 minutes more than the Nord. I'm very impressed with both of them, especially the Nord though, because it has the 90Hz refresh rate panel, but you can't really go wrong with either of them. They will last you a very long time. As a quick bonus, I have a charging test, obviously now at 0%. They both support fast charging, the Pixel only at 18 watts though, compared to the 30 watts warp charging on the OnePlus. 15 minutes in, the Pixel is up to 24%, while the Nord is at an impressive 34% already. After half an hour, the Pixel is up to 46%, while the OnePlus is at a whopping 70%, which is actually what OnePlus advertises. Now, if you forgot to charge your phone, you can just pop it in for 30 minutes and you'll be at 70%. That's great. After 45 minutes, the Pixel is 2/3 charged, while the OnePlus is nearly fully charged at 94%. And now the Nord is fully charged. It took just under an hour, which is really quite fast, especially considering the fairly affordable price tag of the Nord, and the fast charging brick is actually included in the box. The Pixel still has a little way to go though. It's only at 83%. An hour and 15 minutes in, it's up to 93%. 1.5 hours in, the Pixel is almost fully charged at 98%. And now the Pixel is also fully charged. It took almost 40 minutes longer than the OnePlus, which is crazy. Now what do you think of these results? The battery life and the charging speed of both these devices, I think they're both amazing. The OnePlus especially is very impressive given its 90Hz panel and the crazy fast charging. For only $400, it is a great deal. But I also like the Pixel. In my opinion, it has a much better camera, but you can't really go wrong with either of the two. Let me know in the comments down below which of the two you prefer. Now if you're interested, I'll leave all of my other battery comparisons linked below, including of course the OnePlus Nord versus the Google Pixel 4a. Make sure to smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to not miss any of my upcoming videos, including a bunch more battery and charging tests. And I'll see you guys in the next one.